Radio Hour with your host, BCP Board President Patrick Reynolds.
Hi, and your co-host, the BCP Artistic Director, Gabrielle Reynolds. Hey, we must be related.
We might be related.
have
We
the
should
same
check
name.
on that.
Yeah, we'll check on that.
Anyhow, this is a fun thing we thought we would do because there's so much coming up for BCP. This is going to be an absolutely amazing season, and we thought we would get on the radio and tell you about it because there's always room for more people to play with, so come on out to play.
Yeah, we've got a lot. Like she said, and don't notice our fine banner back here.
Yes, on the radio you can see. It's a beautiful banner.
You can see it. It's made for radio. But you will see that banner at the opening of the tent when the Tent Theater at the Rock season begins. On the
September 1,
2023. I'm not good with dates.
It's going to be great. So again, this year, we've done that thing. Remember last year, we got an amazing marquee tent courtesy of Jorgsen of The Rock Restaurant at the Riverside Inn. And he put up this amazing tent for us to use. And we have an amazing genius of construction, Mr. Mike Hill, who put together the stage and all the stuff that would make it work as a theater, and boy, did it work as a theater.
And he also found time to become an accomplished actor.
Wow. Not sure what I accomplished.
In one of our most controversial shows.
Well, we are back in the tent this year, and it's the same deal. We can have it for September and October. Just those 2 months, that's all. So we have crammed an entire season, a whole theatrical season worth of productions. 6 productions this year, which is even more than last year, in just 9 weeks.
Wow.
So it's really crazy. It is very crazy. We're going to be talking about that.
See?
The very first production we're going to do is, besides the opening gala, is we're going to have the awards. I like to call it the Academy Awards in the Rainforest.
Ooh.
Yeah, because this is the Boquete Video Festival Awards ceremony, going to be held September 2nd at our BCP tent at the Rock. And we have today our producer of the BVF, Boquete Video Festival, Mr. Rod Parker.
Mr. Rod Parker.
Woo-hoo!
Yay, welcome to the show, Mr. Rod Parker.
Yay.
All
Rod
right.
Parker.
How you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Thank you for having me here.
All right,
Thank
excellent.
you for being here. We
Well,
got to
my
learn all
pleasure.
about what's going on with BVF, man. It's just about to kick off, right, on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Well,
kicking
we're gonna kick it off at the Tuesday market, the BCP Tuesday market in the Feria. There'll be a short little video that's going to loop. You can sign up
Yay.
there also, and get some more information on the different categories of videos that we're going to have. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun. The last gala video festival that we had, it was actually the first one,
Yeah.
was just a lot of fun. We had wonderful turnout, a lot of videos, and I'm looking forward to putting on another one similar to that one.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think that was a very popular thing here in Boquete, the red carpet, the tuxedos.
was.
We even had somebody show up with her fur coat draped over her
Yes.
shoulder.
Man, who has a fur coat, you know?
It was pretty great.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun. And, you know, we were going to have there was going to be another video festival. But you know what? This thing called COVID kind of killed that. And I just want to say, you know, if you made a video for that, you're grandfathered into this one, okay? You don't have to re-enter. You can just add your video that you already made. I know who you are. I've got your names.
Oh, you mean the people who entered
But never got-
made a video, but then
Okay,
COVID
yes.
Right.
canceled
Certainly.
the
And they
Yeah.
never got to
award.
show their video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So it's all done. Just get it submitted.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
make another one for this year.
Yeah,
Why
absolutely.
not?
And again, we're going to have fabulous prizes. We're going to have all kinds of instruction. Everybody's got a cell phone now. Everybody's got a story to tell. And why not tell a story with your cell phone? Make a short video. And if you don't know how to do that, we're going to have people to help you. We've got workshops that are going to happen.
That's
And that'll be included in the price of your entry fee.
That's right. We should have at least 2 workshops.
Yes.
One on actually doing the filming, and one on doing the editing.
Yeah.
What editing software to get, how to use it. It is, once you are familiar with it just a little bit, it becomes intuitive what you're doing. So
It is quite easy.
Yes, it
yeah.
really
You know,
is. It's
when
not a
we
major task.
when we did the first one in 2017, people were still using cameras, and now what they use is cell phones,
Yeah.
even for editing.
Primarily.
Everybody, they're even using cell phones these days to make movies.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, we've got a couple of very good professionals on board to give the classes.
Yeah.
So you'll learn for your $20 registration, you'll get classes in how to do everything from do your storyboards and you're coming up with the concept to voiceover, to edit, to all of that, the graphic work to do to make it sparkle, all of that stuff.
Right.
And then just download it to Rod Parker, who's going to be checking out and getting all the videos
We'll do it.
lined up, and then go to the judges.
We'll do it the same way we did for the previous two video festivals, and that is the contestants will be provided a link, and they just upload their videos, and then we drop it into the program, and then the judges will
We'll decide.
watch them and decide which is the best.
A panel
and then,
of
of course,
experts.
there'll also be the audience favorites too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
that's a good one.
You'll get
And
everybody get to vote.
These videos can be anywhere from 5 seconds long to what do we say?
Oh, around
max
2
was?
minutes.
Two
yeah.
minutes.
2 minutes.
I mean, if it
max.
slops over a little bit with credits, we're not going to hold your feet to the fire on that.
Right.
Yeah, but it's going to be very good. I know we got some. I did get to see a couple of the entries that never were shown last time because of the COVID thing shutting it down. But boy, there was some good work in there.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
exciting when people become filmmakers in their own right, video makers. It's really a lot of fun, and it's a great project for a family or for young people to do on their own. They have their own ideas, and they come up with some pretty good stuff.
And we have a variety of categories. If you want to do like a music video, or if you want to do a short fictional narrative, a quick 2-minute feature film, you could do that.
Drama, comedy,
Yeah.
musical, like you said.
Yeah.
Documentary.
Documentary, animals.
Yeah.
You can videotape your cat or your dog
Or your hedgehog.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Your
If,
pet soul.
if you have something
Where
to
would one
promote.
find a hedgehog?
Oh, I know a girl.
Oh yeah, we have we
know a
have
place.
we have a person who entered in order to videotape her hedgehogs, and it's really fun. They're amazing to watch. You, Mr. Hill, you could probably bring along some reptiles, huh?
I would have access to one or two
One or
reptiles
two.
of various species.
Could
yeah.
you strap a GoPro to a snake? That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be rather interesting. There's a couple of crocodiles I know that hang out in a lake over near Petitee. If I could just get one, I'm one of those.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, the waterproofing. Is getting it on is fine. Getting it off, I'm not sure.
Getting
Oh,
it back.
Yeah,
that could be
exactly.
tricky.
And getting my fingers back.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
You can't
intact.
very well whistle and say, "Come here, boy. Come here, boy." It's not gonna wag its tail and come to you. It's not gonna happen.
If it does, beware.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
But I think you could make some very interesting animal documentaries there, Mr. Hill. That would be a
Well,
lot
being
of
a
fun.
complete neophyte at the whole process, I would definitely have to come back for remedial courses on how
Yeah.
to edit,
Certainly.
et cetera.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of one of the fun things about the video festival is it doesn't matter if you're a neophyte. It doesn't matter if you've never made a video of any kind before, because we'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, that's the really fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching classes with Beth and Tom. I was like, you can do that? Wait a minute. You can do that?
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized it's a lot easier than I thought it was, and it gets easier every year. The software is amazing. It catches
Yeah.
you right
It
up
does
there.
get simpler.
And there's free editing
Mm-hmm.
suites out there that you have access to.
Free.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
this is-
And that's
cost
another
is not an objective.
That's another great thing about
hindrance.
Yeah, right. It's another great thing about the progress of technology, It's leveling the playing field in terms of what you can do with the equipment you have at hand.
Yeah.
Right now all of this is being filmed on a Galaxy S21 cell phone, and I'm sure the microphone is picking up the guy across the street mowing the lawn. That's how great these microphones are. And yeah, it's super simple.
That's very cool. There's a lot going on too, besides what we have going on at BCP. And I think the video festival is a great opportunity for people to show their part of the world. The theme this year is living in Boquete.
Living and loving.
Yeah.
And just existing.
And loving it.
In Boquete.
Yes.
We may also have some cuts. Some of you may remember a number of years ago there was a program that was being put together that was being pitched to a lot of the cable TV stations for doing expats. It's an expats program. So we got a lot of footage from that, from people talking about why they moved to Boquete, why they love it, and we just may be including some of that in the promotionals and also within the program. So,
That'd be great.
Actually,
All right.
that's an interesting topic too, because we all have our own stories.
we
you
do.
know?
Yeah.
It's great when you can get it on video. That's the most fun. But
Yeah.
it's sometimes people have 2 and 3 stories about why they're here.
And I suppose if you want to pay an extra entrance fee, you could enter more than one film.
And
You know?
be,
Of course you could. You could enter as
Sure.
many as you want,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
be more than one person. Rod Parker in the witness protection program, and Rod Parker,
You just spoiled that, didn't you?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Well, that's not his real name.
Oh, boy.
No, that's not his real name. His real name is Steve John. Oh,
oh, okay. See, there you go. All kinds of secrets to be revealed. That'll be fun.
well, one thing I got to say is that I feel really good about this with Rod Parker on board. Also, there's another genius behind the curtain that's not here today, Mr. Phil Bennett.
Yay, Phil.
And with the team we got for BVF, I think it's just going to be fantastic.
And we're going to have some of the same judges.
Yes.
And
Oh,
that's going to be
good.
a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Diane and I, I'm sure will go at each other.
Watching the judges is worth the price of admission right there.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the point of the gala is if you have made a video, then you can bring your guests to see you in the awards ceremony.
That's right.
And if you're just interested in it, and if you like good entertainment too, you can come because there's going to be 5 judges up again on the stage with banter back and forth arguing about which video should get the award.
Right.
And what are the awards again exactly?
Well, those are a secret right now. We haven't let those be known yet, but I can tell you you're going to dig it. Okay.
Well, but we do have the one thing that
Oh,
is-
well, yes.
Yes,
we
this
do.
is the,
That one,
the most coveted award ever to be won by anyone.
it's a Chucksker.
It's
A
a
chalkster.
chalksker. This is the gold statuette
So
that
you
you
can-
get presented on stage and can hold, and it's made out of.
So
chocolate.
You can get an award and eat it, too.
Exactly.
Get your
Yes.
award
Yeah.
and eat it
Yes.
too. Exactly.
And I highly advise that you do eat it because we have one. It was a sample first off from the original festival, and it's quite fuzzy now.
You still have
I
it?
still have it. Yeah,
I believe it came to France, or from France, because it is quite green, is it not?
that's right. It's got the patina going.
Got that.
Yes.
Do you keep it on the fireplace mantle?
Well, if I had a fireplace, yes.
Okay, that's where it would be.
Well, we keep it by our bar, which is to us about the same
Yeah,
thing as a
okay.
mantle.
Okay.
The place of honor.
The bar's lit.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we have the red carpet, we have the presentation of the gold statuette, we have the sponsor wall where you get interviewed by the paparazzi.
Are we going to have the
pre-show.
pre-program cocktail hour or champagne?
Well, absolutely.
yes.
I'm there.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
That-
Well, for you, we have to have a margarita made out of
We
champagne.
could do that.
Ooh,
Yes,
a sparkling margarita, a sparkle Rita.
Oh,
I
I'm
like
liking
it.
this.
Oh, you're a mixologist, Mike. You get on that, okay?
I will work exactamente on that.
All right,
Yeah,
excellent,
That's going to
excellent.
be good.
That pre-program cocktail hour is what really help the judges get into the proper frame of mind.
As I recall, yes, they were properly lubricated, and
That was a lot of fun.
indeed.
It was an absolute
great
blast.
deal
So
of
I hope everybody is excited about this. I hope that we get a lot of entries because it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great time for Boquete to get together,
Yes.
enjoy each other's company, laugh, cry, sing.
Yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
thing.
All those things.
And that's kind of what, the BCP theater season is really all about, is bringing the community together, having some quality entertainment, having, and as you know, The Rock provides us with a concessions tent where you can get delicious snacks and refreshing beverages.
Aha.
And it is kind of a party atmosphere before the shows, during the intermissions, and even after the shows a lot of times.
And during the shows, what the heck? You don't have to,
Yeah.
you don't have to leave your drink at the door. You
No,
can take it to your
yes.
seat. It's a lot of fun.
And a shout out to Jorg and all of the crew at The Rock,
Yes.
Chef Roberto, all of the servers. They have, or during or not during the show, they are the most incredible people.
Yes.
Yes.
So friendly, so helpful, so wonderful people.
Absolutely.
And great food.
And very
I
good
mean,
food.
when they brought those little things to have, would you like to have some snacks with your beverages? It's like,
Yes.
I would.
And they brought really nice
4
ones
dozen of
too.
those, please.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
And the
really.
snacks too.
Yeah, the falafel is great. All that stuff. So we have a pretty good deal over there. I think
Yeah.
that the BVF gala is going to be really tremendous.
It's going to be a nice kickoff for the whole
Yes.
season.
I think
It
so.
really is.
Yeah, I know.
And again, it starts, the festival is September 2nd,
September 2nd. It
Yeah.
starts at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yes,
And
actually,
this
we may go a little earlier, as you say, to extend the cocktail hour a little
There
bit,
you go.
a little bit
Get
earlier.
properly lubricated.
Exactly. So come at 5, mingle, get your picture taken with the stars.
Oh, that's right. We
and
will have
filmmakers.
Yes.
pictures.
Yes, we'll have paparazzi.
Red
And
carpet.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Red carpet down the stairs.
I have a question. How does one go about entering, and when is the deadline for this?
okay, we will
These are
start.
good questions.
Yes.
You should do radio.
I woke up this morning thinking about that.
Okay, cool.
Ah, very
Uh,
good.
I haven't
We'll
quite woken up yet.
It's early.
well, we'll start Tuesday at the Tuesday Market. Come to the Arco Iris Room, the BCP table. You'll see this banner, and you can register there in person. We'll also have it set up so you can go to the website events.
Well, we have a BVF website, right?
We've got several
Facebook
websites, yes,
page.
and a Facebook page. You can register with as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it's early in the game, so we're getting all of our ancillary avenues online. But we will make it as easy as possible.
The ducks are just hatching. I mean, we haven't gotten them in a row yet because they're only just coming out of their shells.
Well, but back to Mike's question.
Oh, yes.
What's the deadline?
So
What's the last day you can submit a video?
the
August
it was August 15th.
18th.
Well, I think you can submit the 15th. Right?
Okay.
Anyway, 15th or 18th.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. It's
Yes.
middle of August, and we'll have a definite answer for you when
Yes.
you register on Tuesday.
That'll be
You
fun.
start coming down.
That's another hatching duckling.
You see how
Right there.
pro we are. We've got absolutely everything lined up right away. I mean,
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
this is a
Yep,
first-class
sure
operation.
Oh my goodness! It
Yes.
all pulls together though very nicely.
It does.
And that's the thing about making your own video too. People come up with interesting ideas about what they need to do it. Oh, I'm going to need to have 6 months, or I'm going to need to have so much money or so many people to help.
No.
And no, really,
No,
we
no,
can
no,
put it together very quickly.
You don't need a crew of 50. You don't need a budget of $8 million.
Although it is kind of fun
Well,
to
that
have
is
a larger
fun.
crew.
And
Well, it's funner to have $8 million.
Well, that's
it's
true
way
too.
funner.
I
And
could do
don't
a lot
blow
of
it on
research
making a
with
movie.
I'll tell you a little story, and this is one that I hope we can run still. She's not here anymore, but former Bocateña, Rusty Castillo. She made a video, unbelievable. She told a story. It was a good story video about a greenhouse, a house that mysteriously gets vines growing all around it, and then she finds that the people inside have vines growing on them, and they're kind of strange, and they're drinking this brew, and I don't want to give it away, but she had so many people working on that, and she had it all worked out. You knew exactly when you were supposed to show up for your scene. You knew exactly what the makeup was, and she just had a ball putting that thing together, and it came out so beautifully. I'm hoping we can show that at
Yeah,
this year's festival,
absolutely.
because nobody got to see it.
No.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
And
Yeah, it
it's-
was wonderful. The
yeah.
greenhouse.
Live action.
It's
Live
live action
action.
with live actors that she just did a magnificent job. She'd never done anything like it before.
Yeah.
And she said, this is the most fun I've had, I think, since I've been an adult.
And she shot the whole thing with an iPad.
Yeah, on her iPad. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. Shot and edited.
Yeah.
So, and music, I mean, she did the whole thing
Yeah.
for real. So it was
Wow, I'm looking
lots of
forward
fun.
to seeing it.
Yeah.
It's a great excuse. Get your friends and family to be your crew. You know, somebody to hold the light, somebody to hold a microphone if you have one, whatever. And then afterwards, you know, cast crew party every single shoot. You know, it's
Well, I think should mention too is that if you don't have a video camera, which is highly unlikely, but if you don't, you can borrow one.
yeah.
We have 2 or 3 cameras. They're not high quality, but they'll work. They're fine, and you're welcome to borrow one of those,
Wonderful.
along with the sound equipment that goes with them. So,
Wonderful.
Yeah, very cool,
That's
man.
great.
Very
Well,
cool.
thank you, Rod. This has
Sure.
been tremendous. And we're looking forward to getting started on Tuesday. That's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to it too.
Mr. Parker, say whiskey.
Whiskey.
Wait,
There.
I'm a pro. Turn this on.
Take the lens cap off.
Take the
again.
lens cap,
I
exactly.
don't get any whiskey.
Well, you might.
You have
There
to
we
s-
go.
You go.
There
Gotcha.
you go.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to it. And I
Yeah.
hope everybody is as excited as I am.
Oh, absolutely,
Excellent.
absolutely.
All right,
all right,
great.
buddy.
I gotta go.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Take care of
Thank you.
business.
Go save
Good to
trees.
see you again.
Thank you,
Save
sir.
the trees
Bye-bye.
or cut them down, whichever you have to do. Yes. All right.
Back to work.
Back to
All
work, yo.
honey. Thank you so much. Well, you know, this is our first BCP Radio Hour, and
Yes, it
we didn't
is.
do any kind of thing. Next time when we have Phil Bennett as our guest,
Uh-huh.
we can ask him to run down the history of the BCP for us.
Absolutely.
He's like a historian with that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, we'll go on ahead from here to stay with the 2023 season, and we'll talk with Mr. Mike Hill about a couple of things.
Mr. Hill, not only are you first class stage and set builder,
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
third class actor. No, I mean
wouldn't go
first
that
class
high.
actor,
A world-class fisherman.
and world class fisherman, absolutely. And but you have so much enthusiasm. You bring a lot of joy into every room every time you're working.
Yes.
Unless we overwork you and you start to get a little snippish.
Cranky.
And we're going to try not to do that anymore, but you never know. But the other thing is, I got to say, you're also an accomplished author, and you have a great
Thank you.
a great novel that's just dropped. And can you show and tell just a little bit about that?
I'm showing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That sounds
Yes.
good.
This is my premiere novel,
Okay.
Chopped, a Jack Trevally mystery we've talked about once or twice.
Uh huh.
Jack Trevally is a retired detective who lives in Cowett, Louisiana, who owns a gentleman's club, and a client's wife comes in and says, my husband is missing, can you help me find him? And so he agrees to go investigate this person's disappearance and gets deeply involved in the underworld of chop shops and other nefarious activities.
Okay.
And his gentleman's club has a local connection to it. It is called Sugar and Spice. SHUGGA and Spice.
I get you.
Richard Meyer loves the title.
Well, of course he does.
There are a few of the books available at the donut shop over at Chris Young's place.
Okay, fabulous.
And the second in the series is called Unsafe Deposit, where a body is found in a septic tank.
Ooh.
The murder weapon, a bag of drugs, and a wad of cash is found in a secret safe deposit box, and all of the elements of the crime point directly at Jack Travali's niece.
Oh boy, when is that going to drop?
That will be out in July.
Okay, excellent,
Both
excellent.
available at Amazon, and I will have copies here that people can buy, and I'll happily sign.
Splendid.
Yes.
All right, thank you, man. That's
Thank
very
you for the
cool.
plug.
Oh, you know.
A lot of fun writing it.
Well, you know what? There's so much creativity here, and so many different kinds that I feel like as the BCP, it's kind of up to us to promote as much as we can in terms of theater. For example, Blancanieves, a play that's coming up at the Federal Mall. I think that opens June 10th.
15.
15th, okay.
It runs June 15 to June 25th.
Okay. Oh, that's where I got the 10.
It's
like
a
10 days.
it's a slightly rewritten version because getting rights is difficult to do, so why not just rewrite it by our friend Juan Carlos Adames. He is the writer and director, and it's a huge cast, all Chiricanos,
Sí.
and
Todo en español.
all really wonderful stuff for the whole family, kids and adults alike. Slightly twist ending. It's going to be a lot of fun, and what I'm anxious to see too is that it's at the Federal Mall, and it's got a 500-seat theater that they've created in the Federal Mall.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna be
amazing.
Very cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought you in particular would enjoy seeing that because you have a way of waving a magic wand, it feels like, and turning a tent into a really good theater.
You're very
Inspiration.
kind. Thank you.
I thought maybe you could tell us a little bit about what you did last year and how you think that's going this year.
Ooh, well, okay. Last year, with the help of several people, including the immense help of Stuart Bailey
Yes.
and Stephen Ball, who is no longer in Panama, but a couple other people, we put the stage together with 420 something concrete blocks, a couple layers of 3/4 and 1/2 inch plywood, put those in place, got some heavy duty pipes and box iron to make the curtain
That was
rod, I
brilliant.
guess you would call it.
Yeah.
And we had non-mechanical people opening and closing the curtains, and then doing the backdrop for the various plays. The Gilligan's Islands play, which we painted the wall, we covered it and repainted it. Other people repainted it for other plays. You guys
Right.
did, particularly for Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun to work on. And we'll be doing that again this year. Starting August 27th, I think it is, Sunday.
Uh-huh.
We have 5 days to build the stage.
Yes. Well, we'll see if we can't get in the door maybe a tiny bit earlier than that. We'll
That
talk
would
to
be very
York,
helpful.
But not by much.
but not by much.
And that means building the backstage at the same time, which is
Indeed.
another thing to work out. With 6 different productions, it's going to be interesting to see who needs what backstage and can we accommodate all of them. That's going to be tricky.
Exactly. But at the couple of the last meetings we've had, you came up with some good ideas for rotating back walls, back panels, so that we can do a quick scene change if we need to. We're also talking about, is this a good time to bring up the box seats or not?
I think we're going to hold on on that just
Okay.
because, go ahead. What
Well,
the heck? What the heck? We haven't formulated the whole plan yet, but yes.
No, but
Your brain is always going, so.
Sorry, fly. Well, one of the things that I'll be working on is essentially a cutout, if you will, in the audience where we'll have a VIP section. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
And so these people will be sitting up front and in the center, and there's a fly that is just pestering me. And
They do that here.
they do that.
Yeah.
Some of the most aggressive flies in the world, I believe.
In
Or
your
surgeon,
face.
I don't know. Anyway, so we'll build up this nice little box cutout so that people can be in there and can enjoy reserved seating when they purchase their advanced tickets
And sponsorship.
Sponsorships.
That's
And-
the nice sponsors box. That'll be
Indeed.
really, really
Yeah.
pleasant, I think,
Yeah.
for them.
And we'll have the sponsor wall, which we're talking about building or perhaps buying, so that it'll be a nice backdrop. So as you mentioned, you can come and have your photos taken and paparazzi-ish style.
See?
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
gonna
it
be a
will.
lot
It'll
of
be very fun. And by the way, all you volunteers out there, We do need some more people for the swing gang.
Yes, we do.
That's a Hollywood term for carpenters who build sets. So yes, anybody is handy with a hammer or a paintbrush or a roll of tape, give us a shout.
That's always
Yes,
fun.
please. When we bought the house in December, I shipped all of my stuff down here from California, so I have a boatload, and I literally mean a boatload of tools that now I can feel comfortable using. I don't have to borrow a saw from somebody.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
I think
good.
I've got 6 claw hammers and 4 levels, and wrenches literally out the wazoo.
Oh man,
Well,
you're going to need a bigger wazoo.
Indeed.
This is giving me an idea. If we can have people register for video making and get their training, oh, wow, maybe you can give them classes on construction. You've got enough tools to hand out and give everybody instruction as well as the tools.
I don't know that I'm good enough at construction to do that.
In that case, then, may I suggest we make it as a video, because if you're not that good, it would make great comedy.
It'll be even funnier.
Yeah.
On how to build, so some Three Stooges style
There
slaps.
you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yes, and you could throw karaoke in there. That'd be fun. I mean, just ideas. I'm just spitballing.
You want to see something funny? It'll be me playing the saxophone. Too.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
So-
That sounds good to me. Always coming up with ideas.
Indeed.
That's always fun. Well,
Normally
that's,
bad ones,
you know,
but-
you've done the sets, you've done the stage, you figured out an amazing way to hold a hammock up.
Thank you.
in a
Yeah, 2
tent.
hammocks.
I mean, this is a tent that we can't attach to walls. We can't really attach anything of weight to the ceiling. But
Correct.
you were still able to hang a light bar and have the lights focused on the stage. You were still, I don't know how you did those things. How did you do them?
I don't either. I really, well, as I learned a long time ago, with a little bit of skill, a little bit of confidence, and YouTube.
Ah.
You can
Just
do
about anything.
I've roofed houses. I've put in electrical. I've done plumbing. I've done
See?
all kinds of things thanks to YouTube and my dad. Yeah.
Wow. See, I think that the fact is, Ann and Nancy Wilson once said, he's a magic man, Mama.
There you go. Ah, yes, that happens again. Well, the other thing, too, is we do have a professional electrician in there, because we had a good panel of...
Oh God, yes. That
Yes.
was from the Rock. Yes.
Yeah,
And
that was
Sparky will
pretty-
be helping us out again this year.
That
Yeah.
was pretty great. We had a huge panel and lots of power so that we could run lights and microphones and all the things going on in there. That was really good.
Yeah.
We'll do
Yeah.
that again.
And we'll probably have some more fans in there for ventilation to
Mm-hmm.
help things out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be good to do.
It'll be
fun,
excellent.
and I'm definitely interested in having anybody who wants to volunteer to help contact me at 6.
Well, you can actually volunteer by going to volunteers
Oh.
at eventsboquete.org. Our website, the BCP website, is eventsboquete.org. So that'll be a good place to do it.
Okay.
And if you want to sign on and just send an email and say interested in helping with the stage construction or set construction, that would be fantastic.
And we'll forward everybody's name right to you.
That would be awesome.
All right,
Yes,
cool, buddy.
very
Be the
cool.
guy in charge.
Yeah.
Maybe
That'll
we'll
be-
do a video on how to build the stage.
There
but it would
you
be a
go.
late entry.
It would be a late entry, but I think the judges would allow it.
We'll have to see.
You could do a time lapse. That'd be cool. wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be fun. That's a great idea.
And these modern phones, it's automatic, man. You just hit the more button and it says hyperlapse. You hit that button and you shoot time lapse all day long.
Wow.
Very
That
cool.
Yeah,
sounds
nothing
good.
to it. It used to be you had to set your camera, set the intervals, and it was a big hassle. But anyway, you know what? You can hang out with us.
Oh,
why don't
thank
you?
you.
Yes, if we
Because
got,
our next guest is coming in.
you guys have something in common.
Like a
I
hurricane?
know. In
Yes,
fact,
we do.
so do I too, because we're
I think
talking.
you're very secretive.
Yeah. Get in. Okay, come
Get real
closer.
close to
Come
that bad
closer.
boy.
Don't tell me what to do.
We're
Yeah.
talking about the Boquete Authors Group, which our next guest, Christopher Minori, is running right now. You're the guy. You've
El
probably got
Jefe?
the most books
Or
published.
something close to one.
Something close. Yeah.
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 And you and I and Mike Hill have all been part of the Boquete Authors Group and enjoyed the camaraderie of other authors.
That's right. That's actually where I first started hearing Mike's book, was when I first joined the group. And, of course, I bought a copy. It's really great. I'm about a few chapters in so far and loving it. Very hard-boiled, if you like the old
Yes.
Dashiell Hammett books.
Raymond
it's
Chandler.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew there was another guy.
Yeah.
And they're good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's a lot of fun.
Real quick, I did want to say thanks. It's exciting to be
Yay.
at the
Oh,
first
yeah,
BCP
yeah.
radio
Yes.
show.
Well, we're sort of putting, we asked you on here, Christopher, because you've got one of the most entertaining and amazing productions of the year. In fact, it's the showstopper that we're putting at the last production of the season because it's probably everybody's favorite musical.
And because I procrastinate a lot.
Well, you know,
A lot of that, too.
that's
And you
Yeah.
have props.
Yeah, I do. I put him over there, and then Mike took my seat, and it's unfortunate because really my left profile is my best. But that's
Oh,
okay.
there you go.
But that's okay.
I can
Standing
reverse
earlier.
no, I can't.
So we have a full lineup of plays which and productions which we haven't gone through yet. I guess we're ready to announce them, right?
Well,
we're,
yeah.
we're having
I think we did announce them, actually, didn't we? One of our, if you want to be a member, you find out stuff pretty quickly. If you want to be a
Exactly.
member of BCP, and to our members, we've already kind of announced our season.
yeah.
And
So we're starting
very
out
exciting.
With,
So
the
way to be
Aca-
ahead.
Yes, the Academy
better than
Awards
everybody
in the
else.
Rainforest is the September 2nd, the Boquete Video Festival Awards Ceremony and Gala. The next weekend we have a Panamanian production called The Trail. It's going to be bilingual,
Or Los Senderos.
Los Sendero.
Sí.
It's exciting.
And then we have, after that, Motown Generations, 2 weekends of wonderful singing and dancing. After that, we're going to have a drama called The Tin Woman, which is going to be very different for our audiences here.
It's a very popular show in the States
Yeah.
right now.
Very
It's going all
popular.
over the country.
Retread of the Wizard of Oz, right?
Actually, no.
No.
I thought it was a
Interesting
more
concept.
inclusive version.
Yeah, The Tin Woman, yeah.
No?
It's actually all over the world. They've got the rights. You can see on the website who's got the rights and when are they producing, and it's been all over the world, and this year more than ever. Then we're closing. Oh, after that we have a reprise of the blues.
Extravaganza.
That's
And-
That was fantastic last
Yeah.
year.
And we have some
Loved it,
exciting
loved
new
it.
performers, and
Yes.
I think it's going to be a huge hit, just like before, because everybody loved the blues.
well, so many people never sat down. They were
Oh,
up
no.
dancing the whole night
Yeah,
away. That
yeah.
was fun.
We didn't even need chairs.
No.
Could have
and
saved
yet-
a lot of money.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I don't know. We weren't thinking ahead.
I think Mike Hill, you'll be ready on the saxophone by then, right?
Oh yeah,
Ah.
yeah, yeah. If you will not hear squeaks and squawks like I can produce squeaks and squawks.
Oh, good.
Ah. But we're going to round out the whole 6 productions with Mr. Minori's favorite that he campaigned for and is ready to direct,
Does it
called
have a name?
Little Shop of Horrors. Dun dun dun.
Little shop of horrors.
Super excited. That's why you didn't make the audition, by the way.
Oh, damn. That was perfect. My singing is great.
Yeah, man. I was here last week on the other show. And
Oh, yeah?
So excited. Well, you were here.
Yeah.
So excited about it. I do want to say, by the way, you're out of M&Ms in the green room.
Oh, darn.
You want this show to go. You really got
Okay.
to raise the production value.
I'll get crafty right on that.
Right. So, Little Shop of Horrors, fantastic. I actually brought a couple. There's still works in progress,
Okay.
but I brought a couple
Okay.
of course, there's 4 puppets in this show.
All right.
And they start very small, get kind of a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
and then about human size,
Yeah.
and then really you're going to have to build
Huge.
extensions on the stage. It's going
Yeah.
to be so big, so big.
Ginormous.
Yeah, take
I
out
love
the,
a challenge.
the ceiling on the tent. It's going to be gigantic. So, I brought a couple. You guys
Yeah,
wanna see
yeah.
it?
Let show us.
Sure,
Show us what you
sure,
got, baby.
Nothing says radio like a product.
Oh,
doesn't say.
man. He's got, I got to say, this is probably going to be a first class top-rated. This is a puppet that we're going to see.
Yeah.
And I think, well, you spent long nights putting this together.
I did, and it's
It's the sock nest monster.
this was you're joking. This thing cost us $3,000.
Oh,
$3,000.
Wow.
No, of course, obviously that's my sock, and
But it's
not
also
even-
it's a support sock.
kind
though.
of dirty.
I like sock
So here's
nest
our first
monster.
guy. This is, and I've only got the heads done so far. I'm actually still working on sealant, and at home I've actually started building the bodies and the various planters and leaves and all that kind of stuff. But we got these little heads done so far. So this is our first little puppet.
Ah.
He doesn't talk, but I'm going to say, feed me. But yeah, he doesn't really talk. So
Feed me, Seymour. Feed
Well,
me.
that's a nice little round-headed green plant with red lips that I think is kind of iconic for the show.
it is. And then from there, we move on to this guy, right? Feed me.
That's a much larger round.
Yeah, this
green
guy's
head.
a little bit bigger. He's going to have the body and the planter's big, and he actually joins one of the dances.
Okay.
And
Nice.
so you can see him on his own. He's a little shy now. He's not
Yeah.
singing.
Yeah.
But and then short. Where's he going? And then
It looks a little like Kermit on
short of that,
steroids.
I was
I'm
gonna
still
say that
working.
from
I've
the Muppets.
yeah, exactly. So I'm working on the other two puppets that are really just gigantic. I've got 3 amazing puppeteers.
Yay.
And boy, they got their work cut out for them.
Yes, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be huge. And I think, our audiences are going to be surprised. I don't think we've ever really done anything to at this size, right? This is a very technical show.
Yes.
Tons of music. Music is 60s styled, which kind of fits in with our season, right? We've got a few kind of 60s, 70s music shows. And
Motown
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
Motown.
Yeah, and so I think it'll
actually,
fit
the
right in
Motown
there.
show is going through multiple decades of Motown music, so that's going to be a lot
yeah,
of
but the
fun.
60s is
Yeah.
this one.
There you go. I think there's a lot of people who feel that.
Are they doing punk? They're going to be slam dancing. We're going to have a mosh pit.
No, but I believe they'll be doing K-pop.
K-pop. Oh,
Yeah, which is very popular now, I understand.
yeah. That's why they call it that.
K-pop.
Yeah,
there you
K-popular.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, and so a lot of music, a little bit of blood, a little bit of gore, a few body parts.
Oh,
A few body
nice.
parts.
Well,
Okay, miscellaneous.
So absolutely bring the kids. And it's just, I'm so excited. I love this show. And I know every time I get on here, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. But I only say that because, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be something.
It'll be
Really
a
is.
spectacular thing.
It's going to be a great end to a show. It's a fantastic Halloween show since we're
Yeah.
ending very
Ending
close
the
to
season.
Halloween.
Yeah, yeah. Got to have some blood and gore at Halloween, right?
Little blood and gore.
Yeah,
Little blood and
little
gore.
B&G.
Yeah, exactly. And we just did our first round of auditions.
I was there, and I'm very excited. Man, you got a hold of some
We had
amazing
some
talent.
Good people.
Yeah,
Good people.
yeah.
And our next audition, we're going to do one more round of auditions, and that's going to be June 10th. So not today, obviously, but next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
1 p.m.
Okay.
at Tap Out in the tap room. And boy, I hope we get some more great. It's amazing how much talent we have in this
It
town.
really is. It's kind of
Yeah.
shocking to me every
So
time I
much.
think about it as people. You've done what now? You've been
Yeah.
here how long? And okay, sure, you want to play? Yes, come and play. This will
All
be fun.
right, singers, musicians, actors, authors, just so much talent in this
Yeah.
very small town.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. It's awe-inspiring.
It is, and
You get inspired and you're like, oh. I think that's how that works.
And
I don't know.
you know, the thing is, it's not just us, just not a couple of us doing this. It's a team. It's a
Yeah.
whole crew of people. And in this case, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're a community theater, and yet I feel like we go into this as if it were a professional theater. That's what we're looking
Well,
for.
you
is
know-
how great can we make the values? How great can we make the entertainment? And that's why BCP is the what?
the premier English-speaking theater company of Panama.
That's so sexy coming out of your wife.
I know,
I know.
huh?
Nice.
Well, this
Nice.
is the,
I
this
like
is
it.
warm myself.
Yeah.
this
look
is
at him
this is
sweating
our
over there.
new tagline, because we are in fact, I think, pretty well established, and I do give Jorg a lot of credit for that, for giving us this tent to work in and letting us find our chops last year and this year. We are striving for excellence, and I
Yeah.
think that Little Shop of Horrors is going to be the perfect example
Yeah.
of a show that's over the top but very high quality,
My
and
kind of show.
everybody's going to come out of the theater singing and wiping blood off of them. You know, the thing everybody loves. It's going to be great.
You know, I'm sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
Well, the whole season, it's got everything. And last year was a bit of an experiment. We weren't sure how it was going to work in a tent, in the rain, etc.
But it was very good in the rain, too.
Yeah,
it
not
was.
as
Great. It was a
loud
great
as it was-
experiment.
Oh, it turns out the acoustics were fabulous,
Right.
And what we tried last year, we called it this sampler, right? 54-day season sampler. This year, it's more of a mixed dose platter.
Yes.
It's a little bigger. And, you've got music, you've got drama, you've got, basically you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll write multiple checks. Do people still write
We
checks?
hope. We don't do check.
Yeah.
We will take a 2-party out of stake, no good check.
Just
Insufficient funds.
Okay,
just transfer
counter
the
check.
funds,
Yeah.
you know,
Direct
Panamanian
deposit.
banks.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll take anything.
Credit cards will work.
Shells, bring seashells.
Cash.
because it
we're
is
easy.
Wampum.
gonna. That we do need.
Wampum.
We
Yeah.
do need some sponsors for this year.
We absolutely do.
We want to get some good sponsors in there, and we're going to have some great prizes and rewards for the sponsors. It's going to really be a good win-win situation, which we'll talk about in future episodes here.
And
Well, I think
we'll-
we keep getting bigger, right? So
Yeah.
you say
Yeah.
it was an experiment last year, and it was, right?
Yeah.
We didn't. It was a lot of stress because it was 2 months and it was very short. And
Right.
We weren't sure how it was all going to work. And
Yeah.
we weren't sure how the stage was going to work out. And everything came together. I
Yeah.
think our audiences were very happily surprised, and I think this time they're going to be astounded.
I think so.
really do.
Yes.
I think so.
And it's not just Little Shop. I mean, every show is just top-notch production values.
See?
Yes.
And super fun, I think, and a lot of music, which of course we
lot of
all
music.
love.
We do.
Awesome.
This is a music town, man.
It really is.
You know.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
we're very excited to be expanding to more of our Panamanian neighbors, too. This is not just a
Absolutely.
gringo
Yeah.
theater. It is the premier English-speaking theater, but we are branching out and doing a little bilingual, which I am very excited about. And we have found in the auditions for Little Shop that there's a lot of Bocateñas
Yeah,
and
quite a few.
Bocateños who are, locals and ready to get up on stage and perform in English.
I feel like this year is going to be BCP's the year of collaboration between Gringos and Panamanians in our
Right.
in our shows, in
Yeah.
our theater, in our season, and couldn't be more excited.
Well,
so great, so
Absolutely.
much talent across the board in this country.
Well,
really.
and the spirit of collaboration is really very, very heartening. I did want to mention when you say across the country, too, because we are working with a fella named T. Rob Brown, Roberto
it's a cool name.
Chocolate, Roberto
T-Rob.
Chocolate.
T-Rob.
It's a rapper name.
And
Yeah, it
he has created a company named Arts Marketing Services, which for 40 years has been helping nonprofit companies like ours operate in the black, which is a very cool thing. So he's got incredibly good advice that we are taking to heart this year and turning our season into something that's going to actually make some money and make a lot of reputations, I'm sure. Positive ones.
Very, very awesome stuff. The good ones.
Clarify
The
that.
good
Not the
ones.
controversies I caused last
That's
year.
right.
Right,
That'll be the good
exactly.
stuff.
There you go.
Right. No more arrests this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
We're working hard on that.
I hope not.
Well,
I think
Yeah,
that
yeah. Well, they
restraining
dropped
orders
the charges.
expired.
I'm
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Do we have a good censor button? Somebody.
Oh no, we don't.
They've been talking about putting one in.
Yeah, that's it. No.
Okay.
Well, Rob is located located in Coronado area, and he is requesting that we maybe bring a couple of our shows down there.
That'd
so
be
we'd
great.
be
Our first
touring.
tour.
The
Yep.
BCP Bus and Truck Company.
Our first
There
tour.
you
That's
go.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know.
So about 10 years ago, another show that we did here transferred down there for a little bit. They don't have a theater there either, so they've got temporary venues in restaurants, much as we've had to do. And it should be interesting to see how this goes. But Rob has been so helpful in helping us put together a lot of information for making this a really
Right.
smooth running company. And yes, we can still use everybody's help and everybody's dollars. So yay.
I mean, really, that's the only two things you need to make a successful theater company, theater season: people and money.
And trucks driving by.
big, oh, they're lost. They should be at our house annoying
That's,
us.
that's a big dump for construction there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
actually, if I could,
Go ahead.
Speaking of artists, that's a hell of a segue.
Nice.
I did want to mention, you mentioned a little bit earlier, and of course, you were kind of talking about it, the Bocchetti Authors Group.
Yes.
Which is it's just fantastic. If you're a writer, I mean, we've got something for everybody, whatever you're into, from sewing to pickleball, the national sport apparently.
Oh, not at the authors group. You mean in Boquete?
Yeah,
I'm like,
okay.
well,
Not
I
at the
don't
author.
remember any
Well, you know what?
summers
We
playing
sometimes
pickleball.
break out into a pickleball
Okay,
game
that's
sometimes
good. Okay,
when we don't get the critiques we want. No, it's a great thing. There's lots of so many talented authors here.
Yes.
And we meet every Friday at Central Hotel, which has the best cappuccinos in
Yeah,
town.
and that's
just
saying a
amazing.
lot.
And a heck of a BLT.
Yes.
When they have the L, and so we meet for 2 hours. It's 1:30 to 3:30, and everybody comes. They bring their writing. We also do writing exercises that people can go home if they want, and it's all volunteer. If you want to write, you don't even have to write. If you just enjoy reading, you can come back and just listen to people, because that's who we're writing for, right? As readers, so. Getting that feedback's so important, and we have people from very experienced, like this young stud over here, to people just starting out, and it's a great way to learn things, and it's a safe space. I hate using that word, but it is. It's a very. I've been in a lot of author groups, and a lot of times it's just nasty.
Yeah.
The critiques they give, and it's not constructive. It's no good, and all it does is make people stop wanting to write. And so that's not us.
Right.
We give good constructive criticism. We're never going to tell you, oh, this is horrible, this is bad, except apparently when I read that.
Well,
that's something, but that's understandable.
Exactly.
But you
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we get. Oh yeah, a little S&M for me. Like I said, I mean, when you started your book, that's where you and I first met, was at the authors group.
It was indeed, and the authors group helped me out tremendously, because we'd bring a chapter every week, and we'd read that chapter, and everybody would get a copy of it on paper, and they'd write their comments on it, and then they'd provide feedback. And so, for example, in this particular book, I talked about the firearms that Mr. Travali owns.
That's right, I
And,
remember that.
And I got into some pretty good detail about the Taurus Judge and how it's a 5-round revolver, not a 6-shooter, it's a 5-shooter. And, alternating rounds that can handle a .410 shotgun shell or a .45 long Colt, and the grip on it, and then about his other little 380 semi-auto. And a couple of people said, I like the information, but it's a little more detailed than I really need. And that helped.
It's a lot of gauges. I remember that. It was a lot of gauges. Mike likes his guns.
I do. but that truly helped. And it's not somebody who said, this is garbage, I'm not going to read this kind of crap.
Right.
I think if you toned it down a little bit, or if you expanded on this particular character's personality or something. So
That seems helpful. Like, if you there are points where you have less technical details, makes it just a little more accessible to people who don't know anything about guns.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And it's very. Oh, did you want to plug your book again?
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
plugging the book so much, but
Well,
I
you
am.
should.
I am plugging. Well, it is available on Amazon, and you can buy it from me directly. No, in the acknowledgments here, I do specifically mention the
I saw
Bocchetti
that,
Writers
yeah.
Group, which helped me out tremendously, including, let me see, particular thanks to Bryn Colenda, Jane Britt
Vassarelli.
Vassarelli,
Jane Vassarelli.
and who's that? Gabrielle Reynolds.
Oh, wow.
Who declared Jack Trevally deserves to be published.
Yes.
And I appreciate that very much.
Oh, right on.
The help of this group really gave me a lot more confidence in writing, and I am an accomplished writer, not so much in fiction, but I grew up writing scientific reports and legislation and regulations and procedures and other stuff. But
For
this
the California
for
Wildlife.
California Department of Fish and Game, Department of Health Services, a few other places, but this group really helped me with my fiction writing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Which is great. It's
Yeah.
great fiction. What I wanted to
Yeah.
point out was, to me, there's something very close. They're like sister efforts. The writing, where your job is to keep the reader engaged, and you
Right.
don't. And this is why other readers can say to you, "Well, I hear that you're interested in guns, but could we get back to this story?" You know, that kind of critique. And theater, because it's the same thing. We want to keep our audience engaged, and we want to make sure that they're getting something out of it. And they're both a little bit esoteric. What are you really getting? Well, I'm getting a little insight into the human condition right now. And your work also, Christopher Minori, you've done plays as well as fiction, and now getting into young adult
Yeah.
and fantasy, which is a lot of fun. So when you bring your stuff to read, this is part of the fun of the authors group, is we're going to have some wacky fiction fantasy for 13-year-olds over there, and then we're going to have a hardcore, Jack Trevally over here with some
Right.
real, and then we'll have some other stuff,
Yeah.
some more maybe chick lit stuff.
So,
Yeah.
like
And that's-
variety.
Variety is
Yeah.
wonderful.
That is no, and that's absolutely a fantastic thing about the group, right? Is we have people who do political books, who do.
Yes.
We've got one guy who does a nutritional book, nonfiction, fiction, poetry. Well, man, we got one of the greatest poets in Bocchetti.
a couple, actually.
Yeah.
Couple
yeah,
of
yeah.
really excellent.
We've got, like you mentioned, fantasy fiction, memoir fiction.
Well, memoir is
just-
not fiction, but yeah.
Well, it is the way we write it.
Based on a true
But
story.
yeah, no, we've got so much, and we're looking for playwrights.
Yes.
When I did Gilligan's Island last year, I
Yeah.
wrote that and was going through the writers group, and
we
they
did that.
really helped me with a lot of stuff. I stole a lot of things from them and
Yeah,
took total
exactly.
credit for it.
Exactly.
But
Yes, you
the reason
did.
I bring that up is I know there are other playwrights out there, and we've got the authors group to kind of run your stuff through. We got BCP, who's always looking for new plays, and especially stuff that's going to open for the first time in Bocchetti. And
Yes.
it's they really tie in
Yeah,
together, right? We
exactly,
want that new.
exactly.
It's great doing Little Shop of Horrors. It's great doing your stuff, but
We want some
being
new
able
stuff.
to have
Yeah.
have that homegrown stuff. Just fantastic. And I think we've got a couple of that stuff with some of the Panamanian plays, right? That
Yes,
were
Exactly.
written
yes.
directly by
Exactly.
them.
Yes.
The trail, the Sendero
Yeah.
is.
And I just learned recently
original.
there actually used to be a playwright circle here. People get together, write, and they do table reads or stage readings and stuff.
Well, that's another thing that BCP would love to be doing more of, the actors' workshops to workshop new material when we're not in the middle of our 2-month crazy season.
Right,
So-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that stuff is great. And so if you're interested in just
1 minute.
sitting in, hit me up. I'm usually drunk at Mike's Global Grill. You're usually
course.
there getting
I've
drunk
seen
next
it.
to me.
Every once in a while, yes.
And,
We're
right,
can hold each
exactly.
other up.
Right, yeah. We're kind of
We're-
like bookends. We
we're
just
big
lean
enough to do
against
that with each other.
I got a great idea for a slogan for the authors group. How about Write like the wind.
There it is.
There it
Our
is.
slogan is we write because we have to.
There you go.
And
That's
You
even
guys,
better.
True.
This has been great. We kind of
This has been
segued
fabulous.
into writing, but the theater thing is fantastic. We love having you guys on board. This has been a tremendous first BCP radio hour, and thank you for coming out. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Rod Parker. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for joining us.
you for
Thank you,
having us.
Zuleka, our engineer. Thank you. All right. We'll see you next week.
And we're out.
All right.
Yeah.